Hi, this is Katie.
And I'm Julie. We will take a moment to magnify the tool of family councils and the management model's use.
First, we will begin with the family council and the applications within the family. Family councils have often been referred to as family discussions or decision-making sessions. The purpose of family councils is to bring families together to listen, share ideas and concerns. Using this style of communication with the family can guide families through the day-to-day course of living and be a place for resolving issues and building resilience. The 5 factors for strengthening families can also be applied within a family council. So let's look closer. Each type is important to building trust, strengthening relationships, and resolving conflict within the family.
The full family council would include all members of the family. Together, families decide on a time and place to meet and a simple agenda to follow to keep the topics and time to a minimum. Consistency is what will make the tool effective to each family. Also, making this experience pleasant and involving everybody will help each member feel like their voice matters. Our family uses Sunday afternoons each week as a time to gather together around the kitchen table and chat about our coming week. We make sure needs are met and to talk about concerns and exciting events where family members would like support. I have noticed an increase of confidence, advocacy, and expressions of needs in my children as my husband and I gather our family together. I love the endless possibilities of family councils to plan vacations, make family goals, and find solutions in our family unit. Studies have shown family councils can be a place where relationships are developed and family members feel supported.
The second type is executive family councils. This involves the parents only and is about putting spouses on the same page and building their relationship. Each child's needs and struggles can be addressed in appropriate ways without the children being involved. Couples who have strong communication skills are better able to guide their children with fewer conflicts and provide stable environments in the home. Meeting regularly and when both couples are ready is also ideal. A weekly meeting will be valuable to prepare for family council and communicate about what to talk about in the weekly family meetings. Parents can discuss how to access additional support and resources for their children. The third type of council is a limited family council. Both parents and child meet to discuss important matters that are specific to that child. This council carries opportunities for role play with our teens about situations with serious experiences and challenges they're facing. You can talk about the challenges they're experiencing, ask about friends and relationships, give value to their daily schedule, and learn more about the ways they feel loved. Remember our love languages? The consistency depends on your child's needs, but typically this is done once a month.
The fourth type is one-on-one councils. One parent and one child meet to talk. This could be more informal, as it is easier to be with one parent and a child on regular occasions, like school pickups, long drives to activities, and checking in after school. Remember emotions coaching? I find after school and before bed have been ideal times when my kids need to vent or share feelings with me about their day. One suggestion is to make this time more organic by learning to do something your teen likes to do or is excited about. My adolescent development professor spoke about the time teens are learning to drive. This time is filled with long drives and natural conversation that can be shared. Sociologist Celeste Davis wrote about the different types of councils, and her helpful council handout will be linked on the blog. The handout gives parents an easy-to-use reference guide to leading a family council in each of the 4 settings. Download it and use it to guide to make your own cheat sheet for councils in your family. My teens like having it as a guide for us parents when our conversations veer off topic.
How do family councils help parents and adolescents? Conflict during adolescence does not have to be the norm.
Using the different kinds of councils can allow families to meet together to solve the surface conflicts that may hide deeper underlying issues. Remember my example of emotions coaching leading to deeper feelings? My team was able to find valuable insights by naming the issue and using me as a guide to find solutions. In our development lesson, we learned that adolescents are in the stage of major growth in their brains, which means peak time for them to think, with myelination of the nervous system making their thoughts faster than their parents' counterpart. Use this to your advantage and theirs.
Many levels of autonomy are also happening, so we may see a change in the physical connections we make. Family councils bring those connections in ways that support their autonomy and foster strong decision-making skills. Adolescence is also a time of changing relationship dynamics with parents, but also with siblings. We can support fostering relationships by prioritizing time to communicate together about things such as when sister leaves her clothes all over the bathroom floor and your teen seeks a positive solution.
Studies have shown that conflicts most teens experience with their parents aren't the harder issues, but the day-to-day running of the house. Chores and other topics like curfew can be brought up when meeting together and reduce the daily stressors. But limited family councils can be a place for adolescents to discuss the harder issues, especially if regular communication and connections have been established. Use the praise we talked about to show how much you appreciate their efforts when they come to you, and especially when they want to participate in the running of the family. Building family connections through this valuable tool will give you one more opportunity to support your teen and build the strengthening factors when they need to use resilience.
Management process is a problem-solving tool to utilize during the family council. Family councils are similar to the environment referenced in management model. In a supportive environment, the management process is effective. As part of the dynamic of a family, conflicts and problems arise. Resilience is practiced when learning to utilize resources and seeking to find answers to problems, instead of problems throwing families into conflict, stress, and chaos.
The first step is identifying the problem, need, want, or goal. Using this process does not only work for problems. You can determine goals and a family vision using this process. Author Stephen R. Covey spoke about the habit of being proactive as the first step of being self-aware and creating a vision.
After identifying, we move on to clarifying values. There are many different ways to clarify values, but in this lesson, we will focus on the values of your family unit. These would be the personal, internal, and external values your family uses to guide decisions and actions. For some people, religion and culture have significant influences in family values. The point of this step is to recognize the values your family holds with the identifying factor chosen.
Next, you identify your resources. Who within your family has special skills, talents, or abilities to meet the need or goal? What resources outside the family are available to you through work, in the community, and with extended family members? Gather these thoughts together to recognize what resources your family can utilize.
Moving forward, you can then decide, plan, and implement solutions with your resources and values to guide you. Listen to each other and allow your family members to think of anything. Nothing is off the table. Be open to solutions that seem impossible.
The next part of the process is figuring out what you want to accomplish or what the goal will be. Then you can plan when to evaluate if the goal is met. This step is often overlooked and not followed through, which can result in an inability to recognize progress and purpose.
The final step in the process is feedback. By revisiting the original need, you can determine if the need is still present or has been met.
We then circle back to start the process over again. Let's look at an example of the process in action at a family council meeting.
Parents, Sam and Jill, have called a family council, and each member has sat down at the kitchen table. 11-year-old Lily shows frustration as she sits down at the table. 16-year-old Sally is bored and does not want to be there either. Sam and Jill notice the body language and have a short conversation plan, but knowing something needs to be addressed. For going through the week's events and figuring out details for family support, they ask the question, does anyone have a problem they'd like help solving? Lily quickly responds with her frustrations, having to take a shower with items all over the tub and toiletries and garbage left on the counter. Sally slips out of her boredom by sitting up and shares her frustration with her sister's clothes being all over the floor.
The family now has a problem to be solved. Let's see if we can use the management process to figure out a solution. The first step is to identify the problem. There is a dirty kid's bathroom leading to feelings of frustration for both children. Identifying the feelings attached is also a valuable step for assessing problems and needs. Step 2 are where the values are then assessed. Each child values safety and easily taking a shower. The family has values of caring for their home and respecting the joint spaces that others use. Step 3 is resources. Each child has a job to do in the bathroom and the ability to do the job. They have access to a 1-minute timer, energy from youth, and a marker to write reminders on the mirror. Money is also available for the right tools to meet bathroom needs. Step 4 is deciding on a plan and implementing. A decision is made by the girls to implement a plan the next day. Mom will buy a laundry basket that will fit under the sink, and a bigger garbage can will help gather old toiletries off the countertop. A 1-minute timer will be placed on the bathroom to give time for each child to clean up the room, and a reminder will be written on the mirror to clean up after themselves and remind them of their jobs. Step 5 is to accomplish the goals and evaluate. It was determined the goal was to have a clean and tidy bathroom, and that they would check back in the next week's family council to see how it went. Then step 6 comes into play with feedback. After a week, they met again, and Lily needed additional help knowing how to do her chores. This new need is addressed at a one-on-one family meeting with Jill and her mother and the daughter to learn the new skill.
Family councils and the management process work well together, especially as a way to strengthen your family and implement the lessons we have learned in this course.
As we move on to learning about the 5 protective factors, see if you can recognize parts of the management process in action.